What is going on, everybody? Frank with Linemaker Sports here. Today we are going to be discussing viewing your bankroll as an investment. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up and also you subscribe to the channel as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump into it. All right, being able to view our bankroll as an investment. That means that the bankroll that you got, you know, the money that you have set aside to bet on sports, you're using that as your your investment, your nest egg, pretty much, to try to build. All right, that's what we're going to try to do here using sports betting. First off, how do you manage your bankroll? Do you take a little bit of money each paycheck? Do you put that away? Or do you already have that amount set aside that you know, I got this set amount, this is what I'm using, all right? So put that down in the comment section because I definitely am interested in hearing what you guys all have to say for your bankroll. Now, viewing it as an investment, what does that mean really, So it's realizing that the goal is for long-term growth over time. Not, I'm taking my bankroll, I'm risking half of it tonight, and if I win, then I'm, gaining a tremendous amount. If I lose, I'm losing half of my investment. We're not doing that. Every day, I get people with unrealistic expectations when it comes to sports betting. Now, when you go and you book a call to talk to me, I make you fill out an application because first off, I want to see where your brain is at and what you're thinking. So I ask on there, what gains do you want to see out of your bankroll? Now, I get a lot of this, guys. I get a lot of, my bankroll's $100. And I'd like to see my bankroll at $100,000 in a year. Or my bankroll is $1,000 and I like to see it at $100,000 in a month. Guys, just when you go and put that down, makes me realize you don't understand the concept of what it is to invest money or to even work with a certain type of bankroll. It's unrealistic. You're not going to take $100 and you're not going to make $100,000 on it. The only way you're going to be able to do that is by betting some outrageous parlays that are not going to cash. You got to have realistic expectations and know that I'm not going to make a 100% return in a week. Like, it's not going to happen. And if it does, I'm not going to continue like that. You'll just more likely you'll give it all back. Now, here's what I used to do. So when I used to work a 9-to-5 job and, I needed to build my bankroll up and whatnot, I would use the 50-30-20 rule. All right, so 50% of your paycheck goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and 20% went to my bankroll. So I would just keep adding that to my bankroll every week. And then each paycheck that I put away that 20% into my bankroll, that's what I would work off as my total at the end of the month. I would reassess it, and then I would correlate that with my unit size, and then I would keep going and just keep adding to it. Obviously, if you're losing money and you don't know what you're doing, that even following what I'm telling you right now, it's still going to be a losing proposition, obviously, because you're going to be losing, so you'll be losing money. So you got to have the right strategies in place. So you can't just go out there and start guessing and think that, I'm going to, keep stacking my bankroll while I'm just guessing. It's not going to happen. You got to have certain things in place to be able to do that. Now, one thing I do want to discuss here is compound interest and how you can use that in your bankroll and how I was able to use that when I was putting money away and then reassessing it every month. And then I would correlate that with my unit size. So between that 1 to 3 or 1 to 5% in that range, depending on how much money I had as my bankroll, that's how I would reassess it. Now, doing that consecutively over a year and compounding it, I just wanted to use for an example on here on the slide that I put on here for you guys, that a $5,000 bankroll, for example, using compound interest and just making 10 units a month. If you're making 10 units a month and you're compounding that every single month, now look at what the 5,000 turned into. 5,000 turned into 15, all right? And that's a year, all right? Now, it might not look like crazy numbers, right? It doesn't look like it. I took 5 and made $80,000 or $100,000 off of $5,000, but taking $5,000 and making $15,000 off of it, that's a pretty solid return. That's a 213%, almost 214% return. So you got to realize that. In the industry of sports betting is pretty good. All right, that's pretty good. Now, how many people out there aren't even using a $5,000 bankroll? And then they're trying to think that they're going to make $100,000 this year, off of $1,000. That's just not going to happen, guys. That's not going to happen. That's not what real investing is. That's not what real sports betting is. Now, let's talk about the benefits of being able to understand, your bankroll is your investment. So increasing your discipline level is obviously that's going to happen because you're forcing yourself to stick to a straight path and not fall off that wagon and, have the unrealistic expectations that like, I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to make $100,000 off of, $1,000. The unrealistic expectations, they go out the door. So you're more straight arrowed and understand, what it is you need to do. And then you're going to eventually build a nice nest egg, which is your bankroll, that you can rely on in the future to be able to pull money from. So for me, example, betting on sports, looking through research, all that stuff takes me between 15 minutes to an hour every day. That's not a lot of time. And then it's pretty much passive income from there. All right, you got to put in a little bit of work, but not too much. And then, you collect the money. That's it. That's what it comes down to. All right, now, like I said, you obviously need the right strategies in order to do that. All right, because if you're just guessing, you are not going to be successful at it. You're not going to gain. Your bankroll is not going to grow if you're guessing, if you're doing the wrong strategies, if you're taking your buddies' bets, if you're betting on your favorite teams, if you're doing stuff like that, that is not going to grow your bankroll. So you need the right strategies in order to be able to do that stuff. And like I always tell you guys before, if you guys are interested in me coaching you and teaching you how to do that, you go down below and click the link, all right, in there, down in the description. Because I do this every day, guys. I show people how to do this stuff every day. But it's very important to look at your bankroll and look at sports betting as an investment. Not a lot of people do. They just think it's gambling in general. It's all they just think, oh, you're just gambling. If you're investing in stock market, you're gambling too. Why is that any different? That's no different. You're gambling just as much if you're putting your money in there. All right. Stock market goes down, your money goes down, you lose money. You lose a bet, you lose money. Stock market goes up, you make money. You win your bets, you make money. It's the same stuff. Make sure you guys go give me a thumbs up. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe as well. And also, if you guys are interested in me teaching you one-on-one, go down in the description and click the link down there. All right. As always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I appreciate every single one of you guys out there. I'll see you later.